Welcome to What's Tea Wednesday, where women come together to share their stories, inspire growth, and expand possibilities. Join us each week as we get all up in the journeys of remarkable women who have turned challenges into triumphs. Discover the power of hearing other success stories and learn how their experience can guide and motivate you on your own path. Tune in and let these powerful narratives be the spark of your own transformation. Today we have literally my favorite person in the world. This girl, I don't even understand how we met. Like, we just met one day and been kicking it ever since.
Been locked in.
Like, just been locked in ever since. And it's crazy. I'm always grateful for everything that she's done. And she's low key, not even low key, she high key, like UPQ co-founder. Like,
damn near, bro.
just good. She was there from moment one, like not even day one. At the very moment UPQ started. So let's welcome my love, Jasmine.
Woo! Oh my God, thank you for having me. Look.
Thanks for being here. You always show up, girl. I just love that about you, and it's just amazing. I can't do anything without you, girl.
Girl, you know I'm always here. Across the country and all.
Across the country and all. No, literally one phone call away.
Okay.
So tell us what's been going on, girl. Give us the tea on your life journey. What has happened? What's happening? And what do you see happening for the future?
Well, I can honestly say, like, and I know people probably feel the same way about their lives. I feel like mine's did like a complete 360 in a good way, in a very good way. And like when it comes to, overcoming things, I definitely feel like I accomplished that a lot. So just to keep it not too deep, but I feel like ever since I was younger in high school, I got kicked out of my mom's house to live with my dad. So I experienced a different side of the country, moved to Vegas. And just like, girl,
move to Vegas.
Still can't believe it. And like everybody think Vegas is just this prime life, living la vida loca, all that stuff.
Right.
Like it is to have a good time, but back in the early 2010s, it was not a place for nobody as a teenager. Like there was nothing to do.
Yeah.
So like growing up in Milwaukee, everybody always say there's nothing to do in Milwaukee. Child, ain't nothing.
Girl, that's
Vegas.
a lie because Milwaukee used to have teen clubs.
Girl,
remember
what?
The teen club?
Yes, Club Sugar.
Club Sugar, Ladybug Club.
Girl, skating was lit back then. You had a little ID.
We live in.
I don't know. I just feel like people was looking for the wrong type of entertainment.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you truly was trying to enjoy your childhood, and especially before like crime was kind of like oblivious to us back then, like it seemed like nothing was like really cracking, like on the crime wise, we was outside late as hell. Girl, my grandmother stayed on the low ends, and when I tell you I probably wouldn't be outside till 1 o'clock in the morning over there no more, but back then I was doing it. So there was times where like you just making bad decisions. So my bad decision ended me up in Vegas, but also opened up more opportunities for me. Little did I know. So I gained friends, family connections out there. I've started traveling more, and like just being in Vegas and thinking in my head as a young person, oh, I travel back and forth Wisconsin, Vegas. I hop on planes all the time. Really put an imprint in my life to where I literally was traveling at any moment that I felt like it. Like I was literally traveling by myself, going to California, Florida, New York. Like me, in a way, getting kicked out from my mom's house really opened up the world to me because I didn't think about traveling back then.
Right.
So that was that. And then coming back home eventually to graduate high school. Everybody go through some, heartbreaks. I had like the biggest traumatic relationship.
So you were doing all of this traveling in high school?
Yeah, that's where it started. That's where it started. My sophomore, Jasmine was like out here in different states and
period,
just making it work.
I know that's right.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know you were. I thought this was like your travel experience came after high school.
Nope, it started in high school, and then after high school
Mm,
took a traumatic break. Um I was in a long 5-year relationship that wasn't the greatest, that really like
yeah,
stopped me at one point in time. Like I was not enjoying my early 20s. I pretty much wasn't doing nothing if it wasn't following behind that person.
yeah.
But once I got out of that, girl, the traveling began again. Look at
Okay.
I was back traveling by myself. I had a friend who would meet me in states. And then it got to the point where I just got tired of waiting on people. And like I
Yeah,
literally was traveling to meet friends in other states. I had a friend in New York, a friend in Florida. I got a friend in Cali and in Vegas. So I could always go to those main states by myself.
right.
So once getting back
How do you
there,
get out of a 5 year? Like, what was your process in getting out of a five
five
year
years,
relationship?
girl,
That's crazy.
crazy. So obviously everything seems, all heart, stars, and horseshoes, clovers and balloons in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. So I was enjoying the relationship, and then around like the 2 to 3 year mark is when I started to seeing the red flags, and
Yeah.
being dumb for love. It obviously made me stay a little longer. So I'll never forget. It was the first night meeting you.
Oh,
Um, we was out for my older sister's birthday. Y'all know Shay, and we met there, and he was my date. And I'm pretty sure you can't recall me ever being with a
what? I
dude.
don't remember seeing.
Yes, I was there with.
What?
I had a
You
date.
with someone?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Listen, no
I
one
had no
did.
idea.
He showed up
He was
late
in the
for
cut.
one because he, in my
Mm.
mind, he didn't want to walk in with me. So he showed in late for one, and then
Mm.
the entire time by then I was already having a good time with you guys, like drinking.
Yeah.
And by the time he got there, he was sitting at the bar. I did walk away and secluded myself for like 30 minutes.
Mm.
And after that, like once I realized like the party was like really getting turned on, I'm always here for my sister. I'm not finna miss out. So
Yeah.
that was like, excuse me, that was like the first step. Jeez, the first step of like me distancing myself from him. So the entire time,
Wow.
he's like literally mugging me across the dance floor. He's like walking past, making comments like, yeah, you wouldn't be doing this any other time. Like, I'm really seeing a new side of you, like really going in on me. But
Yeah.
didn't leave. Like, if you did not want to be there, like he was upset with me that bad, he did not leave. He just wanted to watch me this entire time. And let me just add that he was 10 years older than me at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the whole night I'm literally being watched the entire time. But when the night was over, I did leave with him, and the relationship continued. So now thinking back, yes, that was my first step of being away from him, because now I started to see everything I was missing. I wasn't in the clubs, I wasn't kicking with my family like that, and I was really getting bored and depressed.
Mm-hmm.
So one day again, I meet up with you. We at Shay House, and we were just,
Oh my
I
gosh.
know, right? We were just
I did not
talking.
know, like, I did not, I, I, I guess I never asked you, like, this question.
I know.
I didn't know, like, it, and it's always interesting how God put people, like, in your life
Yes.
and you don't even know their purpose. And for me, it's just like for me, it's interesting where God puts me in people's life, and I'm just living, like I'm just
Literally just
living and
here.
being like, hey, girl, let's go, and blah blah blah. And it's just
Yes.
like, wow, girl, go ahead, I'm listening, I'm tuned. What my
Okay.
tea?
So that
Where's my
same
cup?
that same day we was at Shay House for who knows why, just chilling. It's the same day you told me how men can be jealous. Like they can truly be
Mm-hmm.
jealous of a woman, and you gotta get past that. Like you gotta let them go because you can be better. And I
Yeah.
always kept that with me. Like, this man is really fucking jealous of me because, oh, excuse me. Because, like, how are you so, like, attacking? Like, you didn't like me chilling at my sister's house. Like, it got to a point
Right.
I was barely over there. So,
Yeah.
just those two,
Like that isolation, like just trying to
yeah. He literally
take
was
you away
trying to
from everybody.
keep me to himself and not even doing me right. Like,
Yeah.
all of the above. So, it took from the moment he showed himself in the club, that conversation with you, and we had a few physical fights that landed me up incarcerated or just put in
Yeah.
jail for a couple days.
Yeah.
So the fact that I was in a different state, far from my mom, with him, and got locked up, that was it for me. I got out
Yeah.
of. I was it. That was it. And I know
Oh, the
it took
fact that
a
I
long
went to
time,
jail,
and I had like,
fought in a
girl,
different state. But it's crazy how, like, sometimes, honestly, you have to really get dragged through the mud in
yes,
order to see, like, okay, I need to change. Like,
exactly,
something has to change, and I need to be the one to do it because it's so easy, I think, for people to talk about how, like, oh, you just have to do this or you just have to do that, but you don't even see, like you say, you didn't even recognize anything until what, 3 years in,
exactly,
4 years in. So it's like it ain't easy. And just because you had to be dragged through the mud don't necessarily mean now you have to give up. You know what I mean?
exactly,
Like, you hitting rock bottom for a reason, or you feeling like you hitting rock bottom for a reason. You need to be stripped off of everything because everything that you done built ain't no good.
exactly.
Period. Go ahead, girl. Where is my tea? Drinking.
So
That's good.
I made it clear to myself I wasn't doubling back when I got out, because I had to just sit like I ain't had nobody build me out, none of that. I got
Mm-hmm.
out. This man got the nerve to sit here and tell me that he's gonna just leave when we get back. I'm like, sir, I'm leaving now.
You.
Like, I'm leaving now. I'm not getting on the plane with you. I'm not
Yeah.
riding the car back with you. None of that. And I literally had my dad had a plane ticket waiting for me when I got out of
Mm-hmm.
jail, and it was set for later on that night, and I was out.
Wow.
So yeah, that was a very traumatic and like major turning point in my life. And
Yeah.
like, I used to tell people, like, when I'm bored, I just get into stuff. Like, I just find something to do, and it don't always be good. And I think that's what pushed me to that relationship at one point in time. So now when
Yeah.
I'm bored, I put it in something else. Like, I don't even want to get into nothing bad just because I know where to lead it, and I'm not going back
Right.
there, you know?
Right.
So it pushed me to working full time. I wasn't job hopping anymore. I went back to school. So I was a full time employee, full time student. And then on the weekends, I was. So, like, I just balanced out my life. Like, I was really focusing on where I wanted to be in my next steps. Like, that was my main focus. And it was really enjoying myself. So, like, I was going out every night, Thursday through
Yeah.
Monday, and enjoying myself, but making sure I was at work, making sure I made it to class, because I knew I had to make up for the years that I kind of lost in a way.
Right.
So, yeah, and I became content working at Aurora. Well, I'm temporarily content working at
Yeah.
Aurora, and
Mm-hmm.
I became in a management and leadership. So that was an accomplish. The fact that I'm still going to school to become a doctor, that's my end game.
Ooh.
Yes, I plan to be an anesthesiologist.
What?
Yeah, that was my beginning goal in like middle
Yeah.
school when I realized I didn't want to be a firefighter anymore.
What?
Girl, I was that kid. I was the
Oh my goodness, I had just asked my family in that group chat, like, what was something that you wanted to do when you was growing up that now it's like what? And I wanted to be a marine biologist. Like, I don't
really.
know, I don't even know like where I got that from, but I what I do know is that I wanted to be one. And I think that dream kind of died, for lack of better words, when I was in high school and we had to do the swim unit and I
Oh,
drowned
what?
on my birthday.
What?
I drowned, girl. Yes, I was turning 15 and this was my first time swimming. And it was the first day of the swim unit. And I was just so excited because in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, like, this is my time. Like, I want to be a marine
I'm gonna
biologist,
be
girl.
inside the
And I jumped in
water.
that deep end thinking I had no experience.
Oh
I jumped in
no.
that deep end because I'm just thinking, like, yeah, go for it. and drowned, girl. It was dead, dying. But my friend jumped in. She knew how to swim, girl. She saved me. Where was the teacher? I have no idea.
No.
I still don't know. To this day, my friend jumped in. She grabbed me out, girl. She put me on her back, dragged me out of the pool.
Oh,
And from that moment on, I was like, one, I need to learn how to swim.
period.
So I need to take this unit, serious. And two, I'm not interested in being a marine biologist. Like,
It's a
I'm not
severe
interested.
death experience.
Near death, I rather just watch Discovery Channel and take part in Animal Planet and stuff like that, and just live my water life like that. But I used to want to be a marine biologist, and you used to want to be a firefighter. That is
That is
so cute.
girl, I don't know why I wanted to be a firefighter, but mama said I said it one day and she bought me like a little firefighter gear as like a
Oh,
toy, and she was like, you just stuck with it. And I remember
wow.
my grandmother's house caught fire and I was so upset that I
Yeah.
was not there.
I'm sorry. It's not funny. It's not funny. Your grandma. That's not the funny part. It's just the fact.
I'm
It's
upset.
the fact that you was so upset as a child, because I know what when kids be upset. Listen,
Girl.
what do you mean? Like, kids be so passionate. So that's what's funny, because
Yes.
it's just like, I'm
Oh,
so upset.
my grandmother was fine. Everyone was fine in the house, but it's just the fact that I chose to go to the grocery store with my aunt and I
Oh,
missed the fire. Like I really thought I was
mm,
gonna, get everybody out the house and put the
save the
fire
day.
out. Like,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
So
For sure. That's exactly what your mind said.
definitely. So after that moment, I still was sticking to it, and I think I fully changed my mind in middle school. And
Yeah.
that's a very long time to hold on to something that you were saying you wanted to
To
do
a
for a
dream.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I think something in me really wanted to, but I think I found a safer way to save people by wanting to be a doctor, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because being a firefighter, they risk their lives every day. And like, I don't know if I truly understood as a kid, like, you can lose your life doing this
You
too.
can lose your life.
Right.
And for not even the cost of much. You can
Exactly.
lose your life for the average cost of living.
Right. So
That's crazy.
I
That's wild.
definitely chose another route to save people,
Yeah.
and it's a
I
safer
love
way.
that. Anesthesiologist, girl, yes. I remember um when I got my surgery, my anesthesiologist was the bomb, girl. Like, she was so dope. And I, like, now that I think about her, it's definitely you. Like,
Oh,
she was so she was so dope. She was so, because more people need like relatable healthcare
yes.
workers. Because sometimes it can feel just so, you can feel out of place just in there in the hospital room, looking around, everybody talking in code,
And
and
you
no
already
one
don't
looks like
know truly
you.
what's going on. Like,
Yeah,
you can't see them going inside your body to take, fix
girl,
whatever.
can't see nothing. And now I can't feel it. So
Exactly.
now I really just need a comforting hand. And she was just so comforting, and just, she was talking to me. I don't remember anything, but I just remember the feeling, and I
Yeah.
felt like comfortable. And I'm thinking like, yeah, that totally is you, Jasmine. I can't
Oh,
wait.
thanks. I definitely
Uh,
agree with you on the comfortability thing because um obviously I recently had a child 2 months ago
mm,
and
new
new
mother.
mother, yes. And my midwife, she was so well, the hospital has it to where you can go through midwives, you go through doctors. I chose midwives. Why? I have no idea. But I did. And my
Mm-hmm.
midwife, she obviously delivered the baby and like she really coached me through the whole thing, but she has like a little a-hole to her. Like she
Mm-hmm.
plays around a lot, but that's how I am. Like I didn't take anything she was saying or doing as an offense.
Yeah.
And when I tell you she helped me get this baby out because I was struggling, she was
Girl,
like,
yes, I was there.
I know. She was like, Jasmine, I'm gonna have to cut you open. Girl, what?
Mm.
She was like, I know you don't know that you told me the first day I met you. I said, listen, let me get to pushing because I believed her when she said, I will cut you open. I said, I'm cool. And I
Right.
refused to have a C-section, and she knew that. And I literally told her, like, I felt comfortable enough to talk to her and tell her, like, I need you to push this C-section off as far as you can throughout my labor and delivery because I don't know what I'm getting into. And
Right.
she really was there for me. Like, she even took the liberty of remembering everything in that room. When I've seen her 6 weeks after, she was like, "How's your sister?" And she was like, "What do you?"
Oh,
I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, she screamed when the baby came out." I didn't even know
she
that.
did.
I didn't know
Girl,
that.
holler.
And I'm like, "You remember that?" She was like, "Yeah." So she delivered plenty of people that day, and then following day for the past 6 weeks. I like, it takes a lot to sit there and remember things of certain patients, you know. So I
Yeah, yeah.
really give her 100% kudos on that. Like, she made me very comfortable with this labor and delivery process.
That's beautiful. Then that's gonna be, well, you're not gonna be her, but
Yeah, I'll
you're
be
gonna be,
someone
yeah.
like her in a way.
Exactly. Exciting. Okay, so wow, that was something new. I didn't know that about you at all. That's amazing. That's amazing. So that's something that you see for yourself in the future. Where are you now in opposed to like your mental health, because you just had a baby,
Hmm.
like your physical health, and even just like your spiritual well-being? Like, it's so much that just happened within the last 5 years alone.
Yeah,
Where do you think you're standing right now?
I'm definitely in a better place than I was in the ending of my pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that mentally I'm a little stressed. And the reason why I say that is because I'm literally trying to wrap around the fact that I'm taking care of another human being. And I know I can, like, I have that caring sense, I have all that, but I'm literally researching all day, every day to figure out if I'm doing something correct with the baby or how can I improve how I'm caring for her. And I know it comes with just day to day, you taking care. Like, not everybody has the answer, but I do kind of feel overwhelmed and stressed when it comes to tending to her. I don't think
Yeah.
I'm doing anything wrong. I know I'm not. Like, she's fine. She done made it 2 months. But it's just like, for example, last night I was Googling better and healthy ways to keep her from having hiccups. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also searching how can I help her get better with receiving the pacifier. Like, they say it's a lot of developing skills. Like, the babies learn so much within now into the age of 5. Like, you can really teach them something one day and switch it up the next day and they'll catch on to it. So like, I'm learning more and like how it can help me get better with tending to her. So just a little stressed because I think I might be psyching myself out and just like keeping myself moving, trying to learn how to take care of my child. Spiritually, I think I'm great. Like, I'm enjoying it. I literally would sit on the couch or on the bed and have the baby in my arms, and we just sitting there rocking. She not saying
Yeah.
nothing. She sleep. Like, I'm fully in tune with my spirit, her spirit, and like just the energy around. And like, I just feel so as one. I sound like a some type of monk, but
No, but this
like,
it's beautiful.
yeah, like, I really feel like I be connecting with the baby. Like, at I'm at balance. Like, I didn't think I could fully be here, and I wouldn't be here without having a child, because that's a whole nother level being unlocked within your life, you know. Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
like, I don't know, she just really has me, I feel balanced. Like, I'm spiritually happy, like, we connect, and like, I'm floating. That's how I
Mm-hmm.
can like pretty much describe it. uh
That remind me of when Rihanna was on the red carpet and somebody was like, "How does it feel having a baby?" And she was like, "It's like being tripped off acid."
oh my goodness, yes.
So your response is like, "Oh, okay, so that's probably what she was trying to
I'm
say."
pretty sure she was trying to say that.
I think she was trying to say what you were saying, but she said it the best way that she could
Cause I can definitely
interpret
say
it.
I feel like I'm off some shrooms. Like, I can't explain. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
Oh, that's
you can't explain it.
beautiful.
Like, I know everyone says motherhood is a beautiful thing, but people don't really get into it as into why. Like, yes, you're caring for another human being, and yes, kids are beautiful, and yes, it's a different connection, but like, give me the real deal. Like, what are you feeling? And I truly can like see myself holding the baby all the time and not letting her go. And like, I know the world has like, oh, you're gonna spoil the baby. Like, don't be so strict. Don't coddle the baby. Like, don't be too attached and protective to the child. Like, they gotta learn. Like, oh, she's gonna be fine there. But I just honestly feel like I don't want to let go, and I'm already there. She ain't like turning 18 tomorrow. Like, I'm already not ready for that day. And like, who knew me, Jasmine, would actually feel this way?
No, seriously.
Cause what? Cause what? Like, y'all, Jasmine
like
don't do
what?
this. Jasmine don't.
He is never in the plan. Like, what are you talking about?
Girl,
but
what?
It was like, point, period. Yeah, like when I can't explain it either, just on the outside end.
Yeah. Like, I truly used to be this hard body. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I got my goals. Like, I would put somebody in a place. Like, there was no like real soft side to me. And this child just opened it all up.
Oh, that is so. I love you, Lele. So what do you think? Okay, so now you have your baby. How does that change, if it does, any of your plans that you may have had before her?
I don't.
Or how do you see life, if there's any difference of what's the difference between like now and then?
Well, I can honestly say that now my plan, it's still clear. It's just got to get modified. I have to figure out how to balance me still wanting to be a full-time student, work, and now mother. So obviously I'm gonna have to cut a little bit and modify to figure out how can I make this work around her. I don't think it's impossible. Like, I do feel like I have a very strong support system, and my child's father literally told me like, you're still going to school, and like, I feel like that was a very good reassurance at the time. And I am like, I did take a break throughout the pregnancy. I do plan on going back. It's just all about figuring out, and I don't really know what it's gonna look like or how, but that's okay. Like, not everything is always as easy to figure out, and I love a good puzzle. So I'm really thinking that I'll get to my goal. I know I'm gonna get to my goal. Let's say that. And
there isn't like a fear that your
yeah,
goal.
there's no fear. It's just more of a, now you gotta think a little harder. And like I said, I like puzzles, so it's honestly kind of like, I don't know the word I'm looking for, like a rush in a way. Like, oh, I can do this because this is the stuff that I like to do already. So I know I can make my life work out to where I'm still a fantastic mother and I can accomplish my goals, even if it's not full time working. So
it's there.
It's there. It's definitely there.
That's great. Where do you feel like you establish that sense of just like motivation or like resilience to push and keep going? Because it was like at one point you felt like, okay, you done hit rock bottom. So like what was it that made you be like, no, I have to keep going?
It got to the point where I really felt like I wasn't doing anything with my life. Like, I was job hopping and pretty much doing whatever I wanted. I wasn't listening to nobody, just doing me. And it felt like once I went to jail, it was like, it's time to grow up. And I knew I wanted to get everything I wanted and dreamed and hoped for, and I was not going to get it how I was acting and carrying on with life. So just the fact in my head, I'm like, you're going to get left behind if you don't keep pushing. And at one point in time, I was feeling like I was already being left behind. My classmates had already finished college. They, was starting to do this. And I know everyone say, like, don't compare your life to the next person. Like, don't let social media affect you. Like, that's true, 100%. But sometimes you kind of do need that feeling of being left behind to be pushed. But
Yeah, be
that's a
pushed.
different type of person. Obviously, not everyone's the same.
Mm-hmm.
So like once I started to feel like I was being left behind just a little bit, I was done. I got the thought out of my head. I knew what I wanted. I started setting goals. Like I had my 1 year goal, I had a 3 month goal, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started seeing that I was accomplishing them, it became a game. Okay, you did
Yeah.
that. Now let's do some more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what really keeps me going.
Yeah. Do you think that's the Aries in you?
Definitely, 100%.
Because I know
Definitely.
another Aries girl, and you know, the Aries just about my best friend as
Yes,
well. But y'all both have this just like mad hustle to y'all, like whatever. I'm about to work, and work is what it is, and I can do it. And now that I accomplished that, like I'm on to the next accomplishment because it's like
definitely.
continuous game of like, ooh, what can I do now? Like, what can I do now? What can I do next?
Yes. And
I
that's
love that.
why I truly was annoyed and am still annoyed, like throughout my maternity leave. Like people keep telling me, enjoy your maternity leave, enjoy. Like stop trying to rush back to work. I'm not. I'm still on leave. I'm still taking my whole 12 weeks, but I can't stand that I'm just sitting around. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
tending to my child, but when she sleep, like I done cleaned the house. What else is there to do? Like I want to keep busy. So it's crazy. I literally was talking to myself in the shower and was like, if I do choose to have a child again, I'm going to make sure I have some type of side hustle or investment going. So when I'm
Mm-hmm.
not at
Yeah.
work, I can be doing something work like and still
Like
making
a
money.
little hustle business, something to the side.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm already if I go down that path of having another child, I'm definitely going to make sure I have that.
What would you think your? Oh well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that because you know people be snatching people ideas, honey, right off of. So never
Definitely.
mind. Never mind.
We'll talk about
We're
that
not gonna talk
behind closed.
about it until it's until it's happening.
Yes.
Then we're gonna come back
Yes.
to it
Yes.
because I'm like I already was developing a question, but then thought about it, like people be listening, people be
Look, we not doing
people be
that.
taking people full identity, girl, and
Yes.
just will run with it. So we ain't gonna talk about it until it's happening. We're gonna move in
We gonna
silence.
come back. We gonna come back to that.
We gonna move in silence. Well, that's beautiful. All things are happening. It really just is what I'm taking from it is just a test of like how things really happen for a reason.
Yes.
Like at the end of the day, everything really does happen for a reason. And it's like how important it is to just really and truly walk in your purpose because you just never know where it will lead you and what it does for other people. Because honestly, when I first met you, I do not remember the first day for sure, but I know like whatever that first day was, I was just like obsessed. And I was like, I always was like wishing for a little sister or just like somebody to just be with because I'm not the only child, but I'm the youngest. And I was basically raised like the only child.
Right.
And I was like, all my friends had kids, like all of them had kids. All of my friends at the time just were like, you know, financially going through things. And I
Mhm.
remember just being like, oh my God, like this is so whack. And I will slip back into old ways before meeting you. And you, which is, you know, doing this, doing that, making decisions that
That is
ain't
supposed to be
good,
doing.
just
Yeah.
out of boredom. Yeah, just out of boredom, just doing things just because I'm bored and I feel like
Exactly.
I've got nothing to do. And it's like I am also a person that would do stuff on my own and just like travel and go out by myself. But even within, at that time, I was finding a pattern of like, yeah, I could do stuff alone, but I'm still doing the wrong things alone.
Definitely agree with that one.
And so when I met you, and we were both just like, oh, let's do this. What are you doing? Let's do that. Let's do this. It just was like the perfect timing
It was.
because I felt like at that time my life could have went so left just on some like boredom.
I definitely feel you on that. Like the
Just
boredom is
on boredom.
real.
let me go do this.
What
And
can
it'd be
I get
like,
into?
right,
Like,
what can I get into? And then for me, also just like also operating at like low self worth at the
yeah,
time, where I was just almost accepting almost anything.
yeah.
And it was like that moment where we were solidified and like, all right, it's us.
It was.
It's us.
Oh, and I remember,
Everything just kind of changed. Like,
and I had told you, you could get anybody you ever get. You are shalom. Okay.
girl, life changed. I'm like, you know what? You mother freaking right.
Girl, it
Hold
ain't
on, you
shit been the same.
motherfucking right. Now that I think about it,
Ain't nothing
you
been the same,
motherfucking
bro.
right. Ain't never been the same. I only been leveling up from that day forward. So it's always just wonderful to see like the backstory of things. And I obviously, you know, more detail about my life. I know more detail about you.
Yeah.
And just to hear like, wow, dang, this is how it's supposed to
No,
be.
for
That's
real.
beautiful. Walk in with your purpose. Do what you're supposed to do. That's what it is. Walk in your purpose.
Purpose
Live
was
your life, because you just never know how your life is gonna touch the next person. So that's beautiful. I love that. Like, I feel like crying
no, for real.
just because. Beautiful. So what's one thing as we wrap up? I like to do like just a reflection. If you could go back and tell baby Jazz anything, teenage Jazz, let's do like middle school, high school Jasmine, what would you tell her?
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. I would definitely tell Jazz it's okay
Mm-hmm.
to get in trouble a little bit. It
It
is. It's definitely
is.
okay, but your comeback always has to be strong. Don't
Mm-hmm.
settle.
Don't
Because
settle.
just because you got in trouble and you being told that you're this, you've been portrayed as that, don't mean you have to stay there. Like, you can get past that. Don't let the
Yeah.
years go by. Just keep going, keep pushing. Because if you stay there, you're gonna find yourself stuck for a while before that light come on. And it's
And that's good.
yes, you have to get past the little bit of trouble you made. Everybody makes mistakes.
Mm. That's so good to say that, because I'm thinking about how people really do have this like society standard of like when people tell you who you are and you go with it
Mm-hmm.
instead of knowing for yourself, like it can really change your life. Like you're being told, just like kids, when you tell kids, man, he bad, he bad, he bad,
They gonna
that
think it.
girl bad, they gonna think they bad, and it's not gonna be rocket science that they gonna end up being quote unquote bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think about that. Like that just made me think about so many things. Like when people tell you things, especially at a young age, and how you start to resonate with it, and it becomes your life and who you are.
definitely.
When it's like it's not who you are. I had a moment of that too. When one day, I don't remember when this persona started happening, but um everybody used to be like I was like sexy and fast at
Really?
a young age, yeah. And it was just like I was always just told that, like, oh, you fast, and I wasn't even doing nothing.
Like, dang, what am I
I wasn't
doing?
even doing nothing. And then it was like, I remember like over time, just hearing that so often, or hearing like, oh, you trying to be fast, or, that's grown. You
Yeah,
doing when you're like that's grown. It's like over time you become this persona that you don't even know about. Like I remember just like playing into it for a while, even in high school, and it was like, girl, wasn't nobody checking for me.
listen, I've been there too.
Wasn't nobody checking for me, and I'd be like, y'all swear I'm fast and I'm out here doing all this and the other, and it was never me.
No,
It was these girls over here.
girl,
And I'm
yes,
sitting there, ain't nobody checking for your girl, but I'm fat. I have to play this role that I've been told that I was, and it just, girl, and it honestly wasn't until I hit adulthood where I was like, you know what? Actually, I don't resonate with being called sexy or being called like fast. Like I don't think that that's me at all.
right.
Like, yeah, I look good and I can take your nigga,
But
but
that's not that. Look at
that's not me. Yeah, it's not that. Like I don't. not that I don't think that I look good. No, that's not what I'm saying. But, it's just like I'm not this just sexual being
I'm not
that
putting it
the
out
world is
there.
putting it on me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, we know
Girl,
what
so I had to
fast
make
girls is.
Okay, I know what a little fast girl is. Just y'all don't, and it'd be crazy because it'd be like the people that obviously don't know what fast is, because baby, I am not. Do you see homegirl? Do you see?
Like, she literally just
girl,
right
the
there.
people was having kids after kid. The people was just like getting caught up in situations on videos, on camera.
Yes.
And here I am holding hands. And now I gotta play into this persona of being some fast tail girl, or I make a mistake and all of a sudden now I'm a liar, or I'm a cheater, or I'm a whatever, a thief, or whatever. You do one thing and it's like people try to just place that on you. So that's good. Like, you don't have to be what these people are telling you gonna be.
You can get past that for sure.
Yeah, you have your own ability to change and be whatever you want. That's good. Baby Jasmine, that's good. Well, I love you so much, Jasmine. Thank you so much for being here.
I love you too, girl.
Tell the people where they can find you, girl, to follow you for these up and coming ideas that we're not going to say right now because,
Yeah, we know. Well, you can find me on Instagram at Jazz, and that's 3 A's and 3 S's, and you'll see me. You know it's me if it says future anesthesiologist in the bio.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's so exciting. Now I'm gonna be on Google, girl, because I just get anything about your life, girl. I get the Google. Like,
you ain't wrong.
Oh, I'm about to research.
Let me find.
Period. Bye, Jasmine. Love you so much.
Bye. Love you too.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to What's Tea Wednesday. We hope today's story inspired and empowered you. Remember, every woman's journey is a testament to resilience and strength. Sip on that tea, honey. Pull out your journal and get to reflecting on your own life. All right? If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who can benefit from today's tea. Join me, your host, Shalom Unique, for more inspiring stories and insightful conversations. Until then, stay calm, stay inspired, and stay that girl. Thank you for joining us today on the Unproblematic Podcast. Remember, self-healing is a journey, not a destination. And as we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a few final thoughts.